or we can go into the P. Diddy documentary.
Let's talk about the diddler. That's what the people want.
P. Diddy?
Mm-hmm. There was a lob there for the top 5 transition. On
there was. I heard it. Yeah.
Oh,
I did hear
true.
it. But, okay.
No, I mean,
Diddy, yeah.
There's one for this too, because he was going 2 directions, but.
Oh, wow. Anyways.
He definitely does go both ways.
The P. Diddy documentary. So we all watched it, right? We all watched it beginning to end. We know that 50 Cent has been the...
She's putting on her newscaster voice.
I did.
Yeah.
50 Cent is an ultimate villain, petty king, and he executive produced the P. Diddy 4-part series documentary called The Reckoning, which outlines, which I initially thought before watching it that we were just going to talk about the trial. No, this nigga took us all the way back to 1970 something.
Yeah.
From when P. Diddy was a kid and brought us all the way to the trial in 4 episodes.
Full circle in just 4 1-hour episode each. Like 4 hours in total.
I think it's a much bigger story to tell, I think, in only 4 episodes. But
they sped through some shit, yeah.
Yeah,
and a lot of things weren't kind of thoroughly.
Yeah, but at least, okay, let's start here. What did you guys think about the 4-part docuseries of P. Diddy, The Reckoning?
Every 10 to 15 minutes, I was like, what? Or, wow.
Fair. Because I made notes.
So did I, and mine are kind of like bigger picture takeaways. So like, I feel like we should talk about the specifics of what
There's
was
a lot
going
of
on
stuff
first.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
so what did you not? What was new to you in the documentary?
I didn't know about the basketball game.
Yeah, no clue.
I knew about that.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
I knew
know.
that I thought it was a concert though. I didn't think it was a basketball game.
Okay, interesting. I had no clue.
Like I
about
knew
that.
there was a Dougie Fresh something that Puff produced and it killed people.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know, Puff threw a celebrity basketball game in like college, I think.
Yeah.
And there was a stampede and like 9 people died.
Yeah.
And that was like the first thing that made him popular.
And he was the promoter
Yeah, he
for
was the
that.
promoter.
And that's he was also like, I also didn't realize that he was an intern at Uptown.
Yeah.
And was also a party promoter on the side, kind of like this. He was kind of like a mucho, like he was this party promoter.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even trying to be rude. No, obviously outside, not him being a psychopath, but like he was known in his city.
Right.
He threw really good parties. People always wanted to go to a Diddy party or a daddy's house, whatever he called it, in New York. And then he was kind of like interning on the side at Uptown Records under Andre Harrell's guidance, right? So
And playing certain type of records too that kind of spawned like his sound, like those like R&B sort of records over those tough beat breaks and everything. Like those, everyone wanted to go to those parties to hear that type of music because no one else was playing that.
So that's how we started, which is very interesting. I also didn't realize that there's so many things. Yeah, I didn't realize that was his come up. I also didn't realize that he played such a major part in breaking Jodeci.
Yeah,
I knew he was a part of it. I didn't realize he was kind of like the leading drive that broke Jodeci or Mary J. Blige.
So he wasn't really though. Like
in the documentary, that's what they kind of said though.
Yeah, but the documentary, like as you guys kind of inferred, like the documentary kind of skips over some parts and even blatantly gets some stuff wrong. So like when they said that like Diddy like styled Jodeci to wear their pants backwards and stuff like that, that's just not true.
What's true then?
That was their own idea. They came with their own swag, just like that. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that he helped them get signed or whatever that was. But when they're acting like he was a stylist and Diddy like created them, nah. That's just one oversight. But yeah, keep going.
I feel like I don't know if they necessarily had like that's the story that Diddy had told in a lot of interviews that like, oh, he was the one who told them to da-da-da this and blah, blah, blah that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they kind of painted it that way versus them saying, he was the reason. It was just, he claimed it though.
Okay.
So he could claim it even though he wasn't the reason. True. But he did paint it like that.
Yeah.
What was new to you? What else was new to you?
In episode 1, I also didn't realize that Kim and Kim Porter had met that early.
Kim
Porter and Diddy was a receptionist at Uptown Records. I realized they had met that early on because which I don't really know if Justin is his child after watching this documentary. I'm not gonna lie, something's in the water there. But he had met Kim Porter first, I believe.
Yeah,
and then he started dating Misa while Misa was like her ex was what was his name? Eric
Sermon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That was new for me.
Yeah, that was new. And I was like, oh, what the hell? And then he got Misa pregnant, allegedly, with Justin. Even Justin don't look nothing like him.
You don't see it at all, eh?
Yeah, at all.
Doesn't he have another kid that like isn't actually his?
Quincy.
Yes,
Which
yes.
is Al B. Sure's
Yeah.
son
That
with
whole web,
Kim Porter.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has a habit of which they said, just like going
People's
after
girls.
like niggas' girls,
Yeah.
which was odd to me.
Which is also a lot of people say the root of the whole 50 Cent's contention with him, right?
Yeah. I also didn't realize that making the band started so early. 2002?
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because
I didn't realize it was that early.
honestly, like I don't remember early making the band. I remember the late, like Day 26 version.
And to me, I thought that's when it started.
Oh no,
Like, did you guys watch it as a live show? Like when it was new?
I didn't.
I didn't.
Like not maybe like in the background in my house, my cousins watching it. Or
I
whatever,
watched
but-
the Day 26 one and then Danity Kane. Like
Yeah.
those, and was that even making the band? I think those two were making the band.
Yeah, they were both
and that
making
was
the
near
band.
the end.
Yeah.
But the first version with like Choppa and stuff, or the band, literally, I think the first
Dylan.
one. Well, yeah, exactly. The first one, I think the first band was called The Band.
Yes, yeah,
Right?
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
Nestle and shit.
for
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, we're too young for that. Yeah.
But even the footage that they have of him, 6 days before he gets arrested, why did he record himself?
Because he was making a documentary
Thinking he was
and
gonna
thought
get
he
off.
was gonna win and this was gonna be his big triumphant hurrah and it was gonna and then he lost the trial. He had to go to jail for however many times. And Netflix, the people like had the footage, was kind of like, yo, we have a documentary. Like we need to do something with this footage. And 50 went, I have a great idea.
I mean, it's because Diddy fucked the videographer over.
Yeah,
Right?
I heard
Yeah.
he didn't pay.
He didn't want to pay him, and then that's
Which will
what
be a
happens.
big theme we'll revisit about not paying
Also,
people.
I didn't know
Yeah.
all that stuff about his childhood. Also, about like
His mom.
his
Yeah.
family being in the streets
And his dad being some gangster. But I
Yeah.
don't believe that was his dad.
No, that's not his dad.
Diddy
His
is
dad's a
Somali.
Somali
Not his
dude.
dad.
So,
Diddy is Somalian.
so
bro.
okay, because I was going over this on Twitter too. So you guys are joking, right? You
No.
guys don't.
I'm being a little facetious.
I'm not being joking at all.
You guys think that Diddy's dad is Somali?
100%.
All right. So just work this with me, okay? Just work through this possibility with me.
Why is this? Is this like
So,
a?
Where
I
did
don't
some
understand.
Somalian man get to New York in 1970 to go come buck up
1969.
with?
People in there was no Somali migration in the 70s?
Barely.
Really?
Africans couldn't come to America until 1965, until the Civil Rights Act, for real. There wasn't no African immigration to America. Like maybe you
Okay.
could have got lucky with a few students or something. I don't know. But an actual influx of Africans didn't happen even a little bit until the mid 60s. And there wasn't a spike until later. So there's no chance that
No chance?
it's like a 0.0000001%.
That low?
Yeah, very, very
Diddy
low.
looks very Somalian, bro.
Yeah.
He does.
He has Somalian features.
He does.
Like very.
But there's a lot of people that Lou Will looks Somali, right? You know what I
He,
mean?
he
Like
looks very. What? Lou Williams looks super
I
Somali.
think Diddy looks more Somali than Lou Will looks Somali.
Lou Williams is. Yeah.
But that's the same way. I think Olandria from Love Island looks Nigerian. She's Black American, but to me, I swear she was a Nigerian.
But that's different though,
Yeah, that's a
because
bit
her
different.
lineage could
Is
be
it?
her lineage could be Nigerian.
Lou Will's lineage could be Somalian.
No, because Somalis weren't on because Somalis are in the Indian Ocean. Nigeria's on the Atlantic Ocean. That's where the slave trade happened. You can't go from Somalia to America in the 1700s or whatever.
All right.
Sure got
Good
the African
history.
diaspora.
Yeah. Okay, good history. All right, fair. All right.
Sorry, just some people actually saying that seriously. I was laughing at
My
first.
mom, if my mom was here, she would argue you down into that Diddy is Somalian, bro. She
no.
kept saying it the entire. She's like, he's Somalian.
His head shape is particular,
Yeah.
and then his hair is like
Yeah.
A little bit softer, yeah.
But I think that probably just comes from because it looked like his dad was light skinned.
Yeah.
So one of his parents is probably white, so he might have got that gene.
Maybe. I don't know. Something still don't feel right with his parents. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not Somalian, fine, but something don't
Right.
feel right with his
Different
lineage.
dad?
Yeah.
Episode 2.
No, hold on. We saw episode 1. So
Oh, was there more? Are we
yeah.
remember what happened in what
Episode 1.
You had notes. Let's go.
Yeah, bring up your notes so we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
When he getting fired from So I guess, yeah. So we had the whole, bring up Mary J. Blige, bring up Jodeci, all of that stuff. They had dropped Mary J. Blige's album.
Yo, I never like really saw older pictures of Mary J. Blige.
Really?
She was beautiful.
Yeah. She's still beautiful.
Mary J. Blige, yeah. Like,
But,
she's
like,
like,
you mean in
she's
her
like
prime.
auntie beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
she was bad.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
It's funny. Well, drugs.
She looks the same.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she looks the same. She just
A
looks
lot
like
of people
older.
don't remember, like, even I saw
man that she
Extra
has to
Gravy,
play.
the Extra Gravy podcast when Duke was like, Mary was on crack. Maybe Mary was on something back in the day. Like, she admitted it. She definitely was doing drugs.
Yeah.
Crack might be a strong word, but she was doing something.
She was. But crack was chill in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
it was
amongst
just
the
like,
black community.
it was just like picking up a spliff.
Who was this little roster that he had built up? It was Mary J. Blige, who else?
Jodeci.
Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, and
Heavy D.
no. Is it Craig? Was it Craig Mack?
Craig
No, no.
Mack.
Craig
Craig
Mack
Mack was
was-
in the.
that was
Craig
later.
Mack was the Biggie days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was towards the Biggie days. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's kind of just crazy to think like that was your first little crop of artists that you started working with,
Yeah,
you know? And
as
this is
an
before you
A&R.
get into Biggie and everything. No wonder his head was so big.
Wait. Are we getting this timeline fucked up?
no.
So Mary J. Blige started on Bad Boy or Uptown?
Uptown.
Okay, yeah. So Heavy D as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said Craig
That's a
Mack, which was
crazy-
later. But even though to be an A&R and your artists are Jodeci, Mary
Yeah.
J. Blige, and Heavy D, that's a big
Coming
three.
out the gate with that, that's
So
nuts.
he has, his head is the size of
Mount Everest.
literally.
And probably rightfully so. He was the talent over there at that
For
point.
sure,
The
I get
curator,
it.
yeah.
But I think he went from intern. He worked his ass off, whatever. His head got big, and then he ends up getting fired. Right, Andre Harrell fires him. They don't really get into details too much, but you can tell probably some tension.
He was A&R
He got a
first
little,
before
he
he
got
fired.
a little. Then he, sorry,
Intern A&R. Then
he was
fired.
intern A&R. Then wasn't he VP?
Oh, he was?
VP?
No.
Are
I
you
don't think
sure?
I don't
He
think
got
so.
fired as A&R.
I thought he got promoted to VP. I swear that
fact
was in the
check, yeah.
documentary.
I don't think so. But anyways,
yeah. Anyways, he worked his way up at Uptown. And it feels like he got a little bit too big for his bridges. Andre Harrell fires him. But I believe at that point, Biggie was coming on to Uptown.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
He
one
left.
of the clauses were you can take Biggie with you, but they had to pay back to the label to take Biggie with him to whatever he wanted to
And
do.
nobody believed in Biggie then. I think he only
No.
had like party and bullshit going on, so people weren't really.
He had a
seeing
very
vision on him.
slow.
It's kind of a minor thing. I don't think they had to pay back Uptown. They had to fund the album themselves.
Are you
Yes.
sure?
No, he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was money involved. And then at that time, Biggie and Tupac were becoming friends.
They were cool.
Because
Yeah.
the West Coast was already well solidified with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Tupac,
NWA.
NWA, all of them under
Easy.
Death Row.
Death Row, not yet.
No, it wasn't Death
That's
Row
later.
yet.
But the
That's
West
what-
Coast,
Sorry,
but the West,
Tupac wasn't on Death Row yet, but Death Row
No,
existed.
but Death Row existed.
Yeah.
Yes.
and this is before Tupac was really on his hardcore thug life
Death-
stuff. He was
Tupac
I get
went
around.
to Death Row after he got shot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, whatever, that happened.
Keep
So
your head
that's
up, Dave.
all of episode one. Episode one ends. He gets fired. He takes Biggie. They start Bad Boy Records, right? What is his mom? Because they get into like his mom being physically abusive and all that stuff. Like, do you actually think that was a thing in his childhood? Because his
I
friend
believe
had
it.
said it. You know, he used to hear him get beats. They had reached out to his mom. His mom refused to, comment, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Do we
I
think
believe
that
it.
might have played a part in him becoming this psychopath?
Hell
Yes.
yeah, of course,
yeah.
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
On some hurt people shit for sure.
Yeah.
I also think he got exposed to a lot of sexual stuff.
From a young age.
very
Yeah,
young.
because then they say like he would be at the parties with them and they'd be like strippers and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like bragging, but I was pouring them the liquor, like like she was saying, like I was in the high roller parties,
Yeah.
Yeah, sounded to me like
the APs.
Diddy's mom.
That's what she said.
Yeah, facts. Sounded to me like Diddy's mom was selling herself to the highest bidder too.
I don't
Yeah,
think so. That's
well-
I don't think that's what I didn't get that from it. I got that she was with a man that was like in the streets for real. He died, she took over, and now she's just like she's on not took over, but like she's in the streets now on like a Griselda Blanco type vibe. Because
Like
remember, they
Queen
said they used to drive into Harlem,
Make
they'd
shipments.
leave the car on, no
Yeah,
one's touching
yeah.
it. Like they were respected. Like She knew.
She was.
I don't know if I would go as far as say she was on Griselda Blanco. I think she was just like respected and protected.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think she was like this coming up as, because Griselda Blanco was like a drug queen.
Well, I'm being extra.
I
but
just
like,
think it was out
I
of
think she was
respect
in-
for who her man was. He's a fallen soldier. She's respected and protected out here.
I
type
think
shit.
she
You know
was
what I'm
still
saying?
in the game.
You think she
Selling
was
drugs?
dealing drugs?
Oh, okay.
I
Thought she was selling something else, but regardless, like, regardless, she was a pretty bad role model for Diddy, and we could all agree on that.
But one thing I will say, which they outlined in the beginning, is Diddy had a goal and he had a very strong ambition to be famous. He wanted the flashy lifestyle. He wanted the fame. He wanted to be in front of the camera. He wanted to have the chains and the money and like he wanted that.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the scariest traits for any human being to have. Someone
To
who,
wanna be
because you
famous.
will do anything to get there.
yeah.
And once you get there, I think it's a recipe for disaster. People who really crave fame and this flashy luxury lifestyle, I think are some of the scariest people in the world.
He's like a living version of that moment in Paid in Full where Mekhi Phifer's I love the game. You know?
Like,
he needs
yeah.
that. Like it's who he is.
Like you will go to great lengths to be that person and to maintain, which he did. He's proven to do that.
Yeah, and he was kind of lying about it too, because he didn't have the musical talent
At all.
to be in front of the camera. So it kind of felt like this whole time he was trying to backdoor his way into being
The music
actually
industry,
famous.
100%.
You could say that he did do that.
No, he
I think
literally-
it's
he
fair to say
basically
it's fair to
did.
say that he did do that.
A lot
He
of-
basically did, because
Especially the timing of Big's death. But
there
we'll get
was a narrative. If we move on to episode 2 now, there was a narrative when they get into the Tupac and the B.I.G. relationship and how they were friends and da-da-da. And Diddy was very envious. The fact that Tupac and Biggie were becoming so close, right? Like he wanted to kind of be Biggie's best friend, Biggie's number 2, this rapper that girls love, da-da-da. This is the same reason why, and this is always a running joke, like, why is Diddy doing the intros of the rap songs and why is he in every music video and da-da-da? I didn't know that he was charging his own artists to be in their videos.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And that's something that they say.
Shiesty,
That was
yeah.
insane.
Like he would put himself in their videos and then take money for his video appearance.
With tricky accounting.
Like, are you insane?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard about it before where
Yeah.
you have your own studio and then you make the artist pay for studio time.
Right.
And now you're double dipping into their budget. I've heard that. But
Even
di-
that's kind of
Nasty.
Unethical.
yeah.
it is, but like that's a classic thing that a lot of labels do.
Because apparently Andre did the same thing with his artist too. The same method.
Who's
Oh, no, I'm
Andre
sorry. That's
Harrell?
the contract shit. I'm sorry. Wrong
Yeah,
thing.
the contract shit, Andre did the same method where it's like they give you a fat up front and they kind of weasel the money in when it comes to like your albums and your music videos and da-da-da. But Diddy just did it like times 10.
What I also found funny too is, and it's kind of almost a talent where how they kind of painted that picture, how a lot of the stuff that he got done was like pulled from other things. Like he wanted Biggie's song and video to replicate the
I Get Around.
I Get
the
Around
Pac
video.
video,
Yeah.
and the
That side by side was nuts, by the way.
it's literally like the
Oh,
same
same
thing.
thing.
There was a lot in that where they're like, he said he wants this to be like that. And just kind of like took one.
It was
thing.
such a hit piece of like a documentary. He's like, he does it. He has no original thoughts. He took everything from somebody else. He never came up with it. Like it was.
But also,
yeah.
but that in itself is like a talent. Like
Being a tastemaker.
to be able to know what
Yeah.
is fire and like what you can take from that to implement into something else to make it also fire.
Like knowing that
That's producing.
knowing that Biggie could be a star, that was insane to me. How do you see Biggie and you're like, yo, you could be the most famous artist in the world? How?
But I think he saw the talent more than anything else. And that's, I don't know if you ever watched like the B.I.G. documentary, like everyone, even though he was not, but people say not attractive, and you know, he was a big guy.
people saying.
I'm not trying to be rude. Although it was a thing, a narrative that he called himself, you know, black as ugly as ever. He was an unattractive man, conventionally,
Right.
and he was larger. So, but lyrically, his talent was like unmatched.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's-
You know what I mean? So
100%, but you still have to brand somebody.
for sure.
And to see that, like, of course, Biggie had the musical talent and the way he flowed was insane. But like to see how you can market Biggie and pulling it off, like looking at Biggie and being like, oh, he could be this big player persona. He wasn't like that before he got on with Puff.
That's true.
We saw him on the corner with dusty clothes, rapping into the boombox or whatever. We seen that.
Yeah.
It's like a 180.
The little Jamaican boy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, one eye, that works. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Not too much.
All right, my fault.
Like, respect the dead.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
I think we could skip forward to when all the shootings and killings started happening.
When Pac got shot at the Quad Studios and stuff.
Sorry, another thing I didn't know is I didn't know that the Kirk Burrow guy was a Bad Boy co-founder. No clue.
Really?
I had no idea.
Oh, the guy with the dreads?
Yeah.
Whatever.
No
Yeah,
clue.
25%.
And what do you mean 25% that he signed away because Diddy threatened him with a baseball bat?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, my thing is also, and he says, people ask him why, like, yo, why did you do that? Like, if I came to you guys with a bat, well, maybe I won't moment to you guys, probably just jump me. But I think, like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Mucho came to you with a bat and was like, yo, sign over half of I Am Tresor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, to me personally, like, how do I say this without sounding pro Diddy? Pretty much every account in this documentary has every talking head in this documentary has a personal vendetta against Diddy.
for
Except,
sure.
Yes,
except,
yes.
except a couple people.
Like
Except Kalina.
Kalina does.
No, I don't think she had a personal vendetta against him.
She said they said
She
bare
needed
time that
money and he didn't give it to her.
she liked him.
Is that not a? Yeah,
then
that's-
she
that's-
wrote-
That's a
But
vendetta
no,
against.
I
but
agree
then
with
she
you.
still supported him after.
Yeah, and she wrote the letter for him and
Yeah,
stuff.
and she
Yeah,
made
yeah.
the tweet. So she's
And
still
then
kind of
also the gangbanger dude from LA, not Keefe D, the other one, the
Zip?
D1, D1,
no, Zip is dead.
no D1, the older
yeah,
guy.
you're talking the
like-
South
Because
Side.
he was
Crip.
saying, he's like, yeah, these guys were my homies. Even when they came out, I'm like, yo, what do you got? Like,
No,
like,
yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong to him.
Yeah.
So he's just telling his stories too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
But I hear you. With,
I'll
like,
be iffy on those two, but I do think that we have to take each account from them with a little bit of a grain of salt.
Right. Because
That's it.
there's
So,
more
like,
emotional.
And yeah, exactly. And so, just for example, in that case where Diddy quote unquote has a bat in the room, and then he signs over his 25% because he thinks it's going to be promised to get it back later. I think Diddy said he has to be a little bit more liquid right now, or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was trying to do to keep the company afloat, and then Diddy slimed him. I don't think he thought that Diddy was going to hit him with a baseball bat.
I don't know, man.
I don't
So
know.
you think some
If
stories
you-
are miscued a little bit?
Most of them. Most
I
of
don't
them, I
know,
think,
bro.
they're a little biased.
But think of it, Mucho. If you know someone is tapped in their head,
Right.
even if you're not necessarily scared of them, you're like, yo, I don't know what this guy is
Unpredictable,
actually
yeah.
gonna do. He might break my jaw with this baseball bat.
Yeah, maybe. But like just based on like logic, I think that it was him trying to keep the company afloat and
He
then
did it
getting
to
slimed.
Steve Stout. He'll do it to me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I don't know, man. Diddy's not Suge Knight. I'm not scared of Diddy inflicting personal violence on you.
I feel like this documentary proved that Diddy
Yeah,
was is Suge
No,
Knight.
bro.
I would say this documentary showed
Did
that
you
Diddy
watch
is the guy that we think Suge Knight is.
Like,
Diddy brought his security guard to whoop Steve Stout, right? It wasn't Diddy. And Diddy has had other people inflict violence on other people. Me in a room with Diddy, I'm not scared of what Diddy's gonna do to me.
Suge Knight's done the same thing with Bloods. He's brought Bloods with him to people he was going to go jump. And
but Suge Knight also started as a security guard.
Suge
And
Knight
he's
is
like 6'5" and
I don't know
a
how you guys.
linebacker.
I don't even know how you're arguing this. Suge Knight is a physically intimidating person. Diddy is not. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. But that just because you're not physically intimidating doesn't mean you're not violent. Diddy is violent.
Yeah, he is. I said
Right.
personal
Yeah.
violence.
So if someone's
What do you
violent,
mean?
Like personal one-on-one violence. Like
He is personally one-on-one violent. What do you mean?
to who? Like who? Of course to Cassie and stuff like that. But as
What do you
as
mean?
a man,
They
like,
said
Didn't
to
he beat the shit out of Justin's football coach?
with the
With
kettlebell,
the-
The kettlebell? Like,
Or
what he
yo,
said,
he
that's
popped-
not a violent
Or
man.
yo, when
They
Lil
said
Rod
he-
was like, yo, him and Justin just went into the
Popped the
washroom
dude in
with
the
dude, and I
washroom.
heard
Who popped
gunshots.
him in the
when he went to
washroom?
go kill Kid Cudi.
Okay, so now we're talking about a lot of different stories, right?
Well, I'm just giving you examples of him being a violent person.
All right.
With
I mean,
men.
Mucho said, ah!
The thing is, though, for that,
I personally don't. He added that to the story to add that element of physical intimidation. But what he really meant to say, and what he said at the end that people kind of glossed over because of the bat story, was that he was trying to do a favor to the company and then got fucked over later. I think that was the major reason why he gave away 25%.
But he said he did that in response to when people ask him why did he do it, not because he wasn't scared of him.
Deep down, I think that's why. That's why you're even bringing it up. Like, if I had a bat, would you guys trip like that? Of course not. I'm gonna keep my 25% of a blossoming company.
I mean,
in your head, you're even doubting it.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe that Diddy didn't go. And I think that Diddy went in there with a bat. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
With the bat over his head, like, sign this or else.
I just don't understand why he didn't puff his chest a little bit.
All right. I mean,
like,
listen,
as a grown man, I think if that's your homie, I would have been like, yo, I would have said like, yo, are you really doing this right now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a story that didn't super check out for me, but we can move on.
Fair. Okay. Anyways, so moving on to the Tupac death, or Tupac gets shot outside of the studio. They think that Biggie set him up, Puff set him up, whatever. Then he goes to jail for sexual assault charges. Comes out, needs some muscle, signs Death Row Records with Suge Knight. He drops Hit 'Em Up. All that happens. And they say in the documentary that it turns into like a West Coast versus East Coast when it's really just Death Row versus Bad Boy.
Yeah.
That has now turned into a whole entire like civil hip hop war.
And then on top of that, it's not even Death Row versus Bad Boy. It's Death Row versus Puff. Because the whole time Diddy and Biggie and Lil Season, everyone's like, yo, like, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like
we didn't want
and
no
at that
smoke.
point, there's probably no like, there's like Pac's like you can't. There's no talking to him about that, especially if you believe that with the whole "who shot you" thing. But
So, and listen, this is just me. Like, I like to, when you're watching a documentary like this that tries to paint a certain narrative, no matter how evil a person is, you have to watch very intently.
There's two
about
sides.
how they're trying to feed you things, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
So when Biggie and Diddy released Who Shot Ya, right? Why do you guys think Biggie went along with that?
I feel like we're kind of I don't know, I can't remember.
Underestimating?
We're kind of underestimating and undervaluing like not the power or like the word of the people that you look to for guidance. Like, you can get talked into things. You could be like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't really want to do that. And especially if they say he's a good talker, he could have convinced him. He could be like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, like, they're not gonna be cheesed. Like, this is gonna be good for us. We can even maybe ride the wave of this, but we know he didn't do anything, so it doesn't really matter. And he knows that, like, you can get convinced, especially if he was easily convinced into stuff, which he might have been considering the LA story.
Sounds like he didn't want to go there.
I feel like it's very possible that he could have just talked him into doing it.
So, and just
one possibility.
Yeah, and for anybody who's listening and is maybe not that aware, a big inflection point in the beef is after Pac got shot at Quad Studios. Not too long after, Biggie dropped Who Shot Ya?
Which, in theory, like anyone, it seems like that's not a good idea
all
to
right.
do.
And then he recorded it before Tupac got shot, right? This has been confirmed.
Yep.
But you are the man behind the record when that drops. Biggie doesn't deserve any blame?
Of course you have blame.
Biggie, there's a clip of him in the documentary saying he was pissed off. Like, he didn't like how this was going. He said he had animosity towards Tupac. He hated like the misunderstanding that was going on. So I could see with a guy like Puff that's like, nah, we gotta respond. We got this song, and Big is like, all right, let's do it.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. But
Because like we're saying it's only against Pac, but come on. I mean, it's only against Diddy, but come on.
yeah.
No, but
That's
I do think of course, everyone, like, as a grown adult, like, you play your own part in the decisions you make. But like, I think Puff was definitely the puppeteer.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything comes back to him in a way, possibly.
Yeah. Do we believe the story that he had put a unofficial hit out on Tupac before and they had just used that moment as like, this is our time to actually get him?
Because last episode you said no.
Yeah. Because you said last episode that Tupac was a crash out, which we know. They confirmed that. Tupac was a crash out. He had ran into the guy who had jumped.
Had took a death row train, right?
Sorry?
The guy in the
Orlando
hotel
Anderson.
lobby had jumped somebody and took a death row train.
Yeah, or tried to take. I don't think they actually took
And
it.
they
It's like tried to take a death row
And they believe
chain.
that Puff had ordered that jumping or whatever.
Yeah.
That
Allegedly,
chain.
they said.
This is what they said.
Yeah, but initially you had said that Diddy, it wasn't West Coast and Diddy wasn't involved in Tupac's death. It was Tupac was a crash out, reacted when he saw the guy who tried to take the death row chain, which we saw footage of, jumped him, and then it was retaliation after that. But do you think that it's true that Puff had put the unofficial or hit out on Tupac? They saw, this guy just jumped one of our mans. There's a hit out on him. Let's get him.
I'll start by saying this. I don't think that Tupac dies if he doesn't jump Orlando Anderson out of his own volition.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Fair.
With that.
Fair.
I don't
At
think
least
Tupac.
that night.
Yeah, at least that night. But I don't think he gets murdered by that cohort of people if he doesn't
The
jump.
Crips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If he doesn't jump Orlando Anderson. Now, that was a oversight on my end because I know of Keefe D's testimony. I knew about that.
You heard that whole.
Yeah,
I did not hear
like
that
I-
shit
never heard
before.
that before.
Holy shit, that was a revelation.
But the way they framed it was a very smart way to frame it like that.
Mm-hmm.
The way I've heard it told before is that like Keefe D was just swinging for the fences on a lot of shit.
under duress, which
Under
is what
dur-
he's claiming right now, right?
Exactly. Like he was just saying a bunch of crazy shit in his in that one testimony. But that one piece of information, it actually does tie a decent amount of stuff together. I think if I'm charitable to the narrative that the documentary's trying to paint, I think something happened like Pac was at a party one day surrounded by a lot of Crips that made him feel like mad, like on top of the world, and was like, man, this nigga's annoying the fuck out of me. I got $1 million on his head. You know what I mean? Probably forgot about it the next day. And then those guys were like, because Pac would do that. Pac would probably,
Puff.
I'm saying Diddy.
Diddy. I keep saying
Diddy.
Pac.
Yeah. You mean Diddy.
They said that Diddy said that like in a hotel room in front of like, who did they say you said in front of?
40
someone
like 40
random?
Crips or something.
Yeah. Including Keefe D and Zip, right? Yeah, I do believe that he was probably drunk on power one day and probably just said that and didn't take it that seriously.
Offhandedly.
You think he
Exactly.
accidentally ordered the hit on Tupac?
I think that if that's like the most charitable way, I'll give it.
Okay.
And then those guys tried to collect, like, hey, you said what
Hey,
you
we
said.
did hit. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think it was accidentally. I think Diddy, like I said, someone who's so powerful so quickly and has a big, I think he just said it. And like, I don't think it was accident. Like, I'm going to just say it, word vomit it. And if it happens, it happens. I don't think he's like accidentally said
And
it.
I still don't even know if
He
Keefe-
might have said it loosely.
And listen, this is if I believe Keefe D.
Fair.
I don't know if I believe what Keefe D is saying.
Because
You
of
know?
the duress thing?
Sorry?
Because he was under duress, that statement thing?
Yeah,
believe
of
he's
course.
kind of.
He's throwing shit at a wall
He's
when
just saying shit.
He's facing
But
life.
shit is adding up though.
How does that add up?
They did that in 08, by the way, too. Like, it's not like. I feel like he was pretty good, Like, was pretty, like.
Keefe did?
Yeah, was kind of sneaking past the radar. It was only until recently that they found him and, like, put him under investigation. Now he's on trial.
Well,
Like,
no.
when he did that testimony, it was a long
No,
time
what
ago.
happened was Keefe D, he went to prison or he went to jail for some drug charge.
Yeah.
And then they gave him a proffer agreement or whatever, where they gave him immunity because they needed information on other cases. And then during that testimony, whatever he said, he was immune.
Yeah.
But Keefe D fucked up because he started writing books, he started doing interviews and shit like that. And he thought that immunity was still relevant later. So, and then when he kept doing that shit, LAPD or I guess Vegas PD realized that they could take him under now that he's not under that same testimony.
Do you know when that was?
This was like, I don't know. This was like a
2006, 2007. No, isn't that what
the original one was?
No,
but
no, no. When like Vegas PD was kind of like, all right.
This was like a couple years ago. This is
kind
very
of recently, yeah.
very recent.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I personally don't know how reliable Keefe D is. It sounds very perfect the way the
It
story's
sounds like it makes sense.
Right, the
Yeah,
way
we
the
don't know
story's
if
put
it's
together,
true or
but
not, but it sounds like
it's
it makes
easier
sense.
to get off on the crime if you're ordered to do it instead of doing it yourself.
Right.
Even with what the other dude was saying, the other the D1 guy, like everything kind of like they tied it together.
So sorry to answer your question, Zoe. The answer is maybe. Now, when it comes to how they try to paint Diddy for killing Biggie, I have a lot more reservations.
Okay. Killing him, I don't. Yeah,
they didn't even say that.
But
really.
they didn't say that.
They didn't say he killed him.
Ushered him to his death is the phrasing they use, and I think that's the most accurate.
I still think that's not even. And I don't want to shoot Puff Daddy Bail because I can't stand that nigga. But I don't even think it's fair to say ushering to his death. I think it's like, for example, and I'm like this. Okay, let me see if this works. If we're at a party and Tresor has a bad feeling about this party, and Tresor's like, yo, I don't really want to go to this party. We're like, nah, man, we're going to this party. Tresor's like, actually, I have another event. We're like, nah, we're going to this party. And God forbid Tresor gets shot. That's kind of what it felt like. Like Biggie had a bad feeling. He didn't want to go to California. He gets talked into going to California. He's supposed to go to the UK. Yo, I'm leaving today. Nah, you're not leaving today, bro. We're having a party in Cali. I don't really want to go to a party in Cali. No, we're having a party in Cali. Bro, they already told us that I don't want no smoke. It's already smoky out here. Nah, fuck it, bro. We're staying in Cali. Your flight's canceled. And then...
Yeah.
So I think it's like ushering him to his death.
But that's kind of what that is, though.
Yeah, but I don't think he like planned it. Like, oh, he's gonna, I'm gonna,
no.
you know what I'm saying? But it's more just like, yo,
I don't think
he was a bad influence. Like his head was too big, his chest was too high. He brought his friend down with him.
But I think I feel like that's what they were.
That's what they're trying to say.
That's what they were saying,
but
though.
It
was more
like when you say ushering someone to his death, it's like you're leading them there. Like,
guys,
it's setting a trap. I don't think he really set the trap.
Maybe not intentionally. That wasn't he wasn't trying to get him killed, but he did lead him there. He brought him to the point A to B was led by
I think
Puff.
that's totally fair to come to that conclusion based on the way the documentary presented it. But the documentary, even after all that, they said, oh, by the way, Biggie just renegotiated a contract and Diddy wanted to be in a different car than Biggie. So like, what are they
type of stuff?
What are they trying to insinuate?
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the car,
that stuff I don't believe.
I don't believe that.
But I agree that's a little salacious.
So that's why when you get on Twitter or TikTok or whatever, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe that Diddy killed Tupac and Biggie, and they're dead ass.
No.
But I
well done on the documentary's part for
But I 100%, and we could probably wrap this up soon. Yeah, I 100% believe that Biggie probably didn't want to go. Puff convinced him. He wanted to leave, and Puff tried to do the tough man thing, and yo, we're not scared, we're not running, we're throwing a party here. And
on LA turf.
I 100%, I believe that.
Yeah.
Because he seems like he like has that about him where he's like, yo, I'm not scared of none of these guys. Like, we're going to stay.
He thinks he's sick.
I believe
God
that.
Complex for a
he has a God complex. He thinks he's sick. And then, Biggie gets murdered. All of a sudden, he's on Rolling Stone covers and he's dropping fucking albums and he's doing songs with Sting. Like, he always wanted to be the star. Yeah. And they said he had zero musical talent. He wasn't that guy. He gets to a point where, he's now this gatekeeper of hip hop. He's now this black millionaire figure. He's rich as fuck. People are coming to him. He's shaking hands with fucking Trump and Ellen DeGeneres and all these white people on top of the world.
Him and Ellen's relationship felt weird.
Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he was always just like this big face of black hip hop, this big face of music and this gatekeeper. Then he switches his flow, which they kind of glaze over, Bad Boy Falling Apart and Mace and all the other, 112, whatever. I kind of straying away from it. Yeah. And then he switches to like pop music, making the band. And
reality TV.
It's just a mess from there.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And Aubrey O'Day has been saying this for years, by the way.
Yeah, her story's so sad.
Her story is really sad. Terrible. And she's literally been saying this for years. Like before, even when Diddy was still rich and famous and put on a pedestal, she's been saying this guy is a sicko. Like he's actually messed up. She was blackballed, blacklisted, all the above. The story that she was allegedly, because she can't even confirm it.
See, I believe everything Aubrey O'Day saying. Aubrey O'Day saying. I believe everything she's saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To me, that looks like an honest testimonial. Mm-hmm. Where like she's trying to recount the story. Some shit's a little blurry. She's like, I don't know.
Not even some shit's blurry. She says she does not remember.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Maybe because, and she said she wasn't even drinking back then, so she doesn't know what could have happened right there and stuff like that. Her story is very, very sad.
Yeah. But even going to your favorite album, the Love album.
Oh, you love that shit.
That was a classic.
Did you
bro.
guys listen to that album?
That
I
album
did.
is a
I
classic.
did when it came out, but I didn't
Tresor-
really fuck with it too
That
heavy with
album's
it.
fucking
But
amazing.
Tresor
Nice.
thought that album was one of the greatest
Bro,
things ever.
that if this didn't happen, that would have won a Grammy that year.
Yeah, probably.
Facts.
It would have won the Grammy that year.
Didn't he get
bro.
nominated?
It
Yeah,
got
it was
nominated.
Grammy nominated. It
Yo,
was a
that
big
That album
thing.
was amazing.
It was. He put me on. Shit. It actually
Yeah,
was a good
and
album.
the
Okay.
executive producer was like,
Lil Rod.
Lil Rod.
Yeah.
So
Man,
Shit.
okay, guys.
Man.
all right, let's wrap this up with this.
I have a
I'm
kind
good
of
to
a,
wrap it up here.
I have a kind of serious question to ask right now. Okay.
All right.
I seen somebody say, Lil Rod, you mean after the second, third time your booty sore, maybe don't go back to Diddy's crib.
But dude, is that what he mean when he says sore? Because
That's
my
what he said.
sister was because no, he didn't say
said his
booty.
body
He
was
said he
his
woke
body.
up and his body was sore. My
he
sister was
woke up
like,
next to
where?
Diddy.
Where was
it?
Where's him sore?
Okay. I think there was an insinuation that it was in his nether region.
Jesus Lord.
I didn't necessarily take it like that. I feel like that probably in his account, he was trying to imply that type of stuff happened. But I think like just in general, if you're on a lot of drugs and you're not drinking water and you're just like
The
your
way they
body
edited
is
it made it sound crazy.
The man
when he
said,
said, "I woke
Holy
up,
shit.
Yeah. I woke up next to Diddy.
woke up next to Diddy. I woke up, clothes missing, sore. Like, what does that mean?
I think he was pretty
man?
clear.
So guys, a lot of people are making fun of Lil Rod,
No, he can't make fun of that.
right? What do you? I mean, a lot of people did. What do you guys think is the difference between Lil Rod and Cassie?
A lot.
What's the major differences? Let's hear it.
To be honest, when you zoom out a little bit,
You're saying a lot off rip, but you could. Do you want to go first, Trey? Or I'm sorry.
I don't think there's much of a difference.
Okay.
You want to know something? Cassie was an 18-year-old girl from
She was
Connecticut.
younger. That's the big
much
difference.
younger.
The power
Yes, that's what I'll say.
dynamics, yeah.
The power dynamics was different, but again, you got to peel it back when it comes to the mentality of these people who want to make it so bad. Cassie was an 18-year-old girl who wanted to be an artist. She was from a small area in Connecticut. No one really knew her. She had this dream of becoming this artist, right? A lot of people, which you underestimate, will do anything to make it. They will do anything to, they will stay in a relationship if it means, your album's coming or you're a part of this industry or you're in these doors or you're rubbing shoulders with these people. They will stay in it. I think Diddy continuously sold both of them dreams. They only saw one way to make it, and that was through Diddy. So they had put up with a lot of stuff. They turned a blind eye to a lot of stuff. They had stayed rolling with the punches because he was their only way to a life that they wanted so badly to live.
Yeah. So they were both victims, both
100%.
but they were also procuring new victims.
Yeah.
Who was a new victim that Lil Rod procured?
They told them like, put this hat on, go to the club and bring some more girls to the freak offs.
Oh shit, yeah.
and then I think
The same thing that I think Cassie has admitted that she did,
And she also used the sex worker.
procuring male strippers and male escorts
And
to be
drugging
involved.
Facing a case because of that right now.
To
Right?
be
with the-
involved in
with
that
the
world,
escort.
too.
I think a couple other differences though is that the Lil Rod, like you can kind of like through process of elimination, you could be like, okay, this was probably a little bit romantical, but it wasn't overtly a romantic relationship.
Sure,
That's
sure.
one. It was technically a working relationship.
Oh, for
with
sure.
Power
Yeah.
dynamics. And from how they spun it or how he was talking about it, it was like he was the most talented guy, so he kept him around and then started getting groomed, allegedly.
He did use that word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said it himself. Yeah.
So it wasn't just like Diddy was like, oh, I like this cute boy. Come here.
Yeah.
But
It was like, yo,
maybe-
I'm trying to
I
take care
don't-
of my family. This album's coming out. I'm trying to get in the industry. I feel like I kind of have to play the game. I feel like that's different than just a romantic relationship.
Okay, so you're saying the romantic feelings that Diddy had came later after he saw
Or
the
he
talent.
could have had it the whole time, but I don't think in Lil Rod's mind at the beginning, he's thinking, oh, this guy is trying to.
Well, at the beginning, Cassie's with Ryan Leslie, and they have me and you.
But yeah, but if you end up his girlfriend, like clearly he romantically wanted you from the jump.
But she wasn't really his girlfriend. She was kind of his side
Or
piece
his
in
like
the
side
beginning.
thing. But
Like known side piece, which was very weird.
yeah.
Because he was
the-
still with
But-
Kim Porter. Remember when Cassie was there's
Yo,
literally
them
a
being her-
scene
well,
when
yeah.
they just like and I was like, what the
That
hell?
footage was crazy.
That was
Like-
weird.
Insane. And Kim Porter knew.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. That
But-
documentary.
18-year-old girl's definitely a little bit more vulnerable than
For sure.
I
a
was gonna say,
20-something-year-old
that's
man.
huge
That's
For sure.
like,
I didn't ask the question
because
because there's no difference. I just wanted to analyze how similar both were.
But I
Fair
think
enough.
when you think of the mentality of like, because even what's it called? The man, I'm trying to wrap this up. The man who was the juror, who was like, she kept coming back. She kept sending texts about, oh, I want to freak off. Can't wait to freak off. I love you. Da 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 da. Like he's like, it takes two hands to clap. I'm trying to say like that mentality of someone who keeps coming back because that's the one way that they see to their future. That's the similarity that I see between Lil Rod and Cassie.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
then-
they saw Diddy as the one way to maintain this lifestyle, get to success, stay in this industry, whatever. Like signing a girl to a 10-album deal. Are you
Insane.
that sounds like something they do in the 60s.
like what?
and and I guess there was no DV either.
Yeah.
There is that too.
Yeah.
which
Do
they
you-
that
That's
helped
crazy.
their case, right? That there was no DV charge, right?
Yeah, because they said he wasn't.
Our client's
on-
not being charged for domestic
Domestic
violence.
Oh yeah,
Violence,
sorry.
yeah.
When it comes to Diddy and Cassie.
But one
Yeah.
thing, do you
that's
think that
crazy.
his relationship with his sons is inappropriate?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not even people. They're just carbon copies of like him, Like,
Yeah.
like the dude said, you didn't raise them to take over. You just raised them to do the same thing that you're doing.
Yo, kind of like a side question, but kind of related. Like, if you're Damson Idris, are you tripping that like I'm Eskimo brothers with Diddy and his son?
Well, I don't know if Lori Harvey had been intimate with. Well,
Yes, come on, yeah.
they were. Well, there were photos of them.
They dated, she dated both of them. What are we doing?
Hollywood's such an interesting place, man. It's a very interesting place.
Tezora's like, whatever, she bad enough.
One final thing I do want to say about it.
You have to think about it. I'm asking you.
She dated Justin and Diddy, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Justin and Diddy have a weird, I think, relationship.
You think? Fuck.
Like they don't like. It's like he's like a weird like.
He treats them like his peers.
Yeah, like even when like, he's around in the hotel room smoking weed and like on his phone, like trying to give him shit to say. I'm like, yo, why is your son even involved here? Like,
Yeah, he knows
why is
too
he
much.
not removed? It's weird.
Yeah, like
It's not even like you're protecting your kids. Like, who was he on FaceTime with? Talking about I'm gonna go deposit $200 million to keep the bank. Who was that girl on FaceTime with?
that's
That's
his-
his last
new-
baby mama. I forget
Yeah, his last
her
baby
name.
mama.
Oh, okay. Young
Yeah.
Miami is
That's
going to
crazy,
hell.
bro.
One little bleak takeaway.
Nobody answered my Damson question. That's crazy.
What was-
I to cuff, nah, I wouldn't, but to crush, sure. I don't care.
I would think it's pretty weird.
So you're not covered because of that.
Yeah.
Salute, Damson. You a strong soldier, boy.
Oh wow! But
Anyways.
Bearman's cuffed after that. Future cuffed after that. Michael B. Jordan cuffed after that.
Don't say that about Future.
He did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
cuffed after Diddy and Justin.
Yeah, he did shit.
And then Michael B. Jordan cuffed after Future, and then Damson cuffed after Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Hollywood's just different.
It's weird
Maybe
out
I'm
there,
not.
man.
I'm
It's
not ready.
weird.
I'm not ready.
No, hell no, I'm not. Anyways, what was your last take?
Just the negative aspect about it is just that it feels like if I feel like the reason we're here and this documentary exists is just because Puff was cheap. He didn't.
just
no,
paid
and, no,
everybody?
no,
He
and
paid
this,
them still.
and that's the reaction I'm getting from everybody and hearing them say their story and everything. If you got paid more, you may not be here right now. We may not even be having this conversation. And even from where this documentary comes from, like if we're doing the moral superiority thing, like 50 Cent's got a lot of bad stuff on his jacket right now as
Does he?
DV.
as it pertains to
Essay.
women and abusing women. Yes. And
What is he, his DV?
Yeah.
and one of his baby moms is putting the essay it has an essay charge case pending or something like that. And just like the juror, that's kind of was just starstruck and in awe of Diddy, in the courtroom and everything.
Juror 106.
The woman?
Yeah.
Yep.
It just felt like if Puff had paid people more, they would be, they were okay with the depravity and all the deranged things going on. They just weren't getting paid to shut up. If they had gotten more to shut up, Puff might be getting that award that Jay-Z got a few years ago where he spent it just talking about Beyonce the whole time. Puff might be getting that this year if he paid everyone accordingly.
See, I didn't put it in the right words, but that's a great point.
Yeah.
All of these people had personal
Entertainment's
vendettas
fucked.
against.
All of you are bad. This is a
Against-
horrible.
yeah.
Blow it up. Let's start over.
They were cool until they got slimed financially. It's not like they were cool until he did too much awful shit.
You were
that-
okay with the awful shit until it.
Yeah.
And no one believed that girl's kid, the Capricorn girl. No one believed her.
Okay,
damn
I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think we did it. Let's
That's
wrap
a
this
crazy story, though.
What the
It
with
is
the
crazy.
The Kid Cudi and
The Kid
everything.
Cudi and how he
Kidnapping?
brought her to Central
Yeah.
Park and like.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That is 50 minutes on Diddy though.
that is, I
Jesus.
joked it was gonna be long. Listen, what do you mean?
It's the hottest topic of the week.
Facts.
You know.
It's a huge topic. Anyways, take it to the next controversial.